Doctor, how you doing?
A very pertinent question. So in some Muslim countries, like Pakistan, Bangladesh, and probably also parts of India, and also I don't think it is the case in Arab countries, incidentally. I've not heard any reports. There is a death sentence for people who blaspheme the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, I don't know the particulars usually of what is counted as this blasphemy. But from listening to you, from my own studies and understanding of the deen, I don't find a precedent, and I stand to be corrected. I want your views on this. That the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had people put to death for blasphemy.
Good question, Akhi. The brother's asking a really pertinent and important question, and we appreciate the question. In some Muslim countries, the had corporal punishment for the one who blasphemes the Nabi, you lose your life. So he was saying that he doesn't know of any dalil or precedent in which this ruling can be supported, when in reality there are proofs. Not a proof, there are proofs. And one of them is what happened with a companion who was blind and he couldn't see. And he had a slave girl, Khadima. She was his slave girl. And he used to get benefit from her, if you know what I mean. She would work for him in other ways of benefit. And he really loved her because of the benefit. Not as a wife, but he loved what she did for him. She was important. The slave girl used to curse the Prophet all the time. The blind man would say, you better stop doing that. You better stop doing that. Hasid, her master, you better stop doing that. You better stop doing that. She kept doing it, thinking that because he loves her so much that nothing will ever happen. He caught her one day and he got upset and he knocked her down and he put his knees on her shoulders. So this is her head, and he put his knees on her shoulders and he got an axe, and he chopped her head on right in the middle and split her head and killed her. The news spread. The man killed his slave girl. They brought her to the Prophet ﷺ. Rasulullah said, what made you do that? Why did you do that? She said, Ya Rasul, he said, Ya Rasulullah. She was cursing you and swearing at you, and I kept telling her, stop, and then I couldn't take it anymore, and that's what I did. Prophet Muhammad said in front of all of the people, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ala inna damaha hadira. Verily her blood was halal. That's an authentic hadith. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah mentioned that hadith in a great book that he wrote called As-Saram al-Maslul, ala shatim al-Rasul. The sword that is out on the one who curses Prophet Muhammad. He wrote a whole book about how to deal with this and why. And sometimes he has a chapter when you don't do it. Because the Jewish lady tried to poison the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Prophet Muhammad didn't tell the people to kill her. And she killed some of his companions and poisoned him. That man Dhu Khuwaisira, he could have been killed, but the Prophet said no. So he would weigh the situation. Sometimes he would, sometimes he wouldn't. He said her blood is halal. So you get that book, there's a chapter of those people who did things like that. Now I want to make it very clear now. Number one, the origin with the Prophet is he was easy and gentle. Most of the time he gave people a pass. He was gentle, Ra'uf Rahim, he was gentle. Number two, he didn't use this type of usloob or methodology with everybody, as we just mentioned. Number three, no one here should do that on their own. No one here should do something like that. No one. If someone, like Draw Muhammad Day, they were writing nasty cartoons against Prophet Muhammad, and some people in France did some craziness. What they call it? Charlie Hebdo. We have to intellectually fight them and push that fitna away. Not hurt people and kill people and harm people. That's not the deen of Allah, and Allah is A'la and A'lam.
Jazakallahu khairan, Shaykh. The young brother here. Barakallahu feekum, Shakh. My question is, what are the benefits for a person who fulfills the rights of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and also likewise, if the person is neglectful for the rights of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, are they sinful? What is their punishment?
As for the reward for the person who follows the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you follow the Nabi, you respect the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you're going to go to Jannah. From the best actions and the best deeds is doing what he told you to do, and to avoid and stay away from that which you have been told to avoid and to stay away from. He mentioned sallallahu alaihi wasallam, anybody who obeys me will go to Jannah, anybody who disobeys me go to the hellfire. So we follow the Prophet, we obey the Nabi, and the reward is that you go to Jannah comparable to how much you obey them. As for the people who disobey him, then the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam's disobedience means that Allah will be angry with you. Allah will be angry with you, and if Allah is angry with you, then you have a problem. From the benefits is that things like Allah's prophets, the shafa', the intercession, you do the things that he told you to do, make the adhan of the adhan and things like that, and the prayers, or anything you do. If you follow the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the end result is benefit and the end result is problems. And Allah knows best.
Sheikh Zahid huna.
Salam.
On a practical level, on day to day, we have neighborhood Shia who work on the Shia, they give Salam back to us.
Yeah, we have Shiite relatives, we have Shiite neighbors, we have Shiite who are not openly practicing, they're just Shiite, they don't know what they're doing. We say, how do you deal with them? As Allah mentioned in the Quran, لا ينهاكم الله عن الذين لم يقاتلوكم في الدين وَلَمْ يُخْرِجُوكُمْ مِنْ دِيَارِكُمْ أَنْ تَبَرُّوهُمْ وَتُقْسِطُوا إِلَيْهِمْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ الْمُقْسِطِينَ. Allah doesn't make it haram for you and prohibit you as it relates to those people who don't fight against you, those people who don't expel you from your homes. Allah doesn't prevent you from being fair and just with them, and Allah loves those who are fair and those who are just. They're your relatives, be nice to them, give dawah to them, be patient with them. Some of these people are ignorant. Those people who are ignorant, we work with them based upon that ignorance. What we're talking about doing the talk today were the imams, and I'm glad that you said that. The leaders of the Shiite. The Shiites in general, don't be fooled by them. They're enemies. They're enemies. They're the puppets of the Yahud, and they do the handiwork of the enemies of Islam. So people who are Shiite, they don't know anything about their deen, we give them dawah, we educate them, we're easy, we're good people with them. Like we are with non-Muslims, same thing with non-Muslims. So ignorant people, inshallah, they should be tolerated, and you should give dawah and be gentle and easy. Good question, Athi. Shukran lakum.
Allah, jazakumullah khairan. Brother Nasir there.
What would you advise for Prophet to speak about the Prophet ﷺ without knowledge?
One of the rights of the Prophet ﷺ is that you don't speak about him without knowledge. That's one of the many most important rights. وَلَا تَقْفُوا لَا تَقْفُوا مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِعِلْمٍ. Don't talk about that which you have no knowledge about. Don't spread weak hadith. That's from his rights. Don't spread weak hadith. مَنْ كَذَبَ عَلَيَّ فَلْيَتَبَوَّ مَقْعَدُهُ مِنَ النَّارِ. Anyone who lies on me, let him get his place in the hellfire. So speaking about him without knowledge, saying he says something that he didn't say, the most hated thing to Allah, that's halal, is divorce. Whoever doesn't pay attention to the affairs of the Muslims, he's not from them. All of these weak hadith and fabricated hadith. So we say that which you know is from the haqq that the Prophet has on us, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that's why when those companions used to sit together, if someone asked a question, they were reluctant to answer those questions out of fear of the weightiness of speaking about the religion without knowledge. Some of the ulama of Islam, the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they were reluctant to tell hadith because they didn't want to be responsible for saying something that the Prophet didn't say, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So learn the religion and say what you know. Say what you know and avoid what you don't know. Good question, Akhi Nasir.
MashaAllah. Now, is there any more questions before we finish? Okay, that's it. Okay, inshallah, we'll stop here. Last question here.
Quick question. When will we see you again?
Inshallah, you're going to see me here in this masjid pretty soon. It's well known to those of you who are in this masjid that I have love for the brothers of this masjid, because you don't find the sunnah a lot of times with people who come from West Africa. They are the minority. People come from West Africa, our religion is khurafat and shirk and bid'ah, and that's a problem. Especially the area you guys come from, Senegal and Gambia. Tijaniya is a big mushkila. That doesn't mean that the people of Tijaniya are the worst people in the hellfire. I'm not saying that. But they helped us to get colonized, and they helping us to be backwards. So this is a masjid that I have love for, because people from this masjid, for the most part, the administration, the brothers who are giving dawah here, the imams, the people who lead the prayer, they're people who are the sunnah. So inshallah, we're always going to come to try to be a part of the initiatives and the programs here. We ask Allah by His Ism al-A'zam أن يوفقكم لما يحب ويرضى ويفتح علينا وعليكم أبواب رحمته ويسهل علينا شؤوننا كلها. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.